Philosophy is the first segment of the 12th episode of the first Peanut season, and I rather like this one. We have several stories, and as always, I will explain what happens and share some thoughts, so there will be some spoilers from now. And it starts off with Sally sharing with Charlie Brown her new philosophy, and I have to say this is pretty good. He asks her how school was, she says, who cares? And her whole attitude is, what does it matter? Obviously, there's a line that a person can cross where they have an attitude where not caring is negative. But I think having a positive approach of not letting something bother you and not caring in that sense is actually really healthy. Which one was Sally leaning towards? I feel maybe towards the former, but nevertheless, the message of just shrugging things off is pretty good, and it's nice to see Sally in this. She's not in it too much in this particular Peanut series, so I certainly enjoyed that. We then have Linus threatening to hurt Frieda, because Frieda wasn't very nice, and Charlie Brown tells him, you can't do that. You can't think about hitting girls, never mind actually hitting them. I think the message should have been, you can't hit a person. I don't like this attitude that you shouldn't hit a woman. Obviously, you shouldn't hit a woman, but you also shouldn't hit a man. You shouldn't hit anybody. So I'm not a huge fan of the whole don't hit a girl. It's also implying that girls are weaker than boys and that's why you shouldn't hit them, and I don't like that either. Even if biologically men are stronger on average, I still don't like it. So I didn't mind the fact that Charlie Brown was delivering this positive message of don't hit Frieda, but at the same time I don't love the whole don't hit a woman thing. I feel like it's kind of a dated attitude, even as recently as 2016, so didn't love it, but the animation for it was nice, and having Frieda in it was quite nice as well, as she's not in it that frequently either. We then get some more pearls of wisdom. This episode is actually giving a lot of really great advice, and Lucy is having a temper tantrum because her birthday party is cancelled because of her behaviour. And as Linus points out, her behaviour in having a temper tantrum is just proving what her parents believed, that she was misbehaving and not behaving appropriately for a party. And this is something that I find is always so funny with children, and I'm positive I reacted this way myself as a child. You misbehave, so you get something taken away. So how do you respond? You carry on misbehaving and reinforce the fact that you were too naughty to deserve whatever it was that was taken away. So ironic, really funny. Obviously, in the moment it's not, but Lucy's behaviour was horrendous, very funny to see. I loved Linus's contribution to this, and again, a really great message. If somebody's telling you something about yourself and you don't like it, if you don't like that they're insinuating that your behaviour is negative, don't respond with negative behaviour. Really brilliant message for anybody. And obviously Lucy is the perfect character for that. And Linus then gets a library card. His excitement is very understandable, but he also doesn't really know what it is. And Charlie Brown and Lucy have to teach him about the library card and what it's for. I feel like the end of this one maybe fell a little bit flat, but I love libraries, and I love getting a new library card whenever I move to a new city or whatever. So I could relate to the excitement, and I rather enjoyed it. And then Lucy, as the doctor, the psychiatrist, tells Charlie Brown to come up with a new philosophy. I'm laughing because of what he said, and I will, of course, share what he said. But, in fact, no, I won't. I know I said spoilers, but if it incentivizes you to watch the cartoon and find out what his philosophy was, I thoroughly recommend it. I didn't predict what he was going to say. I can imagine his philosophy becoming the tagline for an advert for that particular thing. That would be kind of cool. But it was very entertaining, but I won't say what it is. Definitely check out the episode to find out. I won't spoil everything, but I enjoyed this one. We have a really great variety of characters. As always, the animation is absolutely stunning in this series, and we have some really brilliant takeaways, some really great messages. I think philosophy might be one of the strongest Peanut segments so far. Really thoroughly enjoyed it. Definitely one that I wouldn't mind watching again. And not only am I happy to recommend it, but I thoroughly encourage everybody to check it out to find out what Charlie Brown's philosophy was. Definitely a really solid segment.